Good evening, Daetro. How are you? I hope your channel grows and uploads more stories. I'm glad I'm one of the first 5 subscribers of your channel, and I hope that you still remember me by the time your channel explodes. You can call me Kenneth, and I want to share a few of my own horror experiences to your channel. This happened way back when I was still a member of the choir in our church. They said that the church was over 200 years old, but I will not include the name to prevent giving the church a bad reputation. These stories happened at different times, but since it all happened in one church, I decided to compile it and make it a single story. I hope the listeners find it interesting and creepy enough. They said that if you are a believer of God, then you must also believe that the devil exists, and he will do everything to stop you from doing God's work. The mass has just ended half an hour ago, and me and my friends went to the patio of the church. We were walking and telling each other stories when I felt that the air is getting thinner and colder, making it harder to breathe. It is as if we are climbing Mount Everest and nearly approaching the peak. Instead of breathing through the nose, I had to breathe through my mouth to get enough air. It didn't seem normal, so I decided to tell my friends about it. I thought I was the only one feeling it, my friend Earl replied. Kyle said that he goes through the same experience every time he passes through the patio for some reason that he couldn't explain. And while we were talking, all 3 of us felt creeped out because we felt someone standing near the trees and watching us. Even though we were the only people there at the time. Kyle suddenly shouted, so we all ran away towards the streets. When we asked Kyle why he shouted, he just said nothing and started making jokes, so we all calmed down and proceeded with our day. My next experience was when we were practicing one time. Our choir leader kept asking us to start over as she said that the tune was off. After a few more tries, she asked us to stop, so we all stopped singing. We all then got surprised and creeped out because even after we all had stopped, we still heard someone else singing, which eventually stopped after a few seconds. My fellow choir members and I all looked at each other and no one was really saying a word. Everyone had a curious look and were looking at places trying to find out where the noise came from and who did it. We even checked the microphones and speakers to see if someone is playing a prank on us, but no one else was really there besides us. The situation was already weird, but it then escalated when the silence was broken by a sound of a crying girl. I looked at my fellow choir members and the voice did not come from any of us. But the kids started crying in fear afterwards. Good thing everything stopped and we all calmed down after a few minutes. Our leader then decided to stop the practice and sent everybody home. It became the talk in our town for quite a bit, and half of the choir members decided to quit after that experience. I couldn't blame them at all, even I was on the verge of quitting. The only reason I didn't quit is because my mom was a close friend of the preacher, and the preacher told me that the devil can be around us and we're safer when doing God's work. Also, I didn't want Kyle and Earl to call me a scaredy cat. Although after a few weeks, the last straw was pulled after practice session while I was tidying up the equipments that we used. I was alone at that time as I told my fellow choir members to go ahead and I'll just catch up. When I saw a man wearing a black jacket walking towards the altar and vanishing through thin air. I quit being a choir member and decided to go to church only when there is a scheduled mass, and never did I ever dare to go there alone again.